Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back once again, and in this video we are going to talk about partnership fundamentals. Now this topic, partnership, is a very important topic as far as your accounting is concerned for class 12th. Okay, so if you are in class 12th and you are learning accountancy, then this is an important chapter that will be there. Also, if you are into your CA foundation level, right, then this topic of partnership will be covered over there in two subjects. First is your accountancy and second one is your law. Right now, both of them are differently covered. I mean, in accounting you will learn the practical aspects, the accounting part of how you have to maintain the accounts and how you have to present them and the treatment of different items. And in the law portion you will be concerned more about the Indian Partnership Act and the provisions that are related to the formation of a partnership and the other things that are there in a partnership business, right? But in this lesson, in this video, we are going to deliberate on some basic fundamentals, some theory things, okay, that are related to partnership, and this is presented by me, Ashish Sachdev. Okay, before moving ahead, here's a brief introduction about me. I am a chartered accountant by practice and training, educator by passion. And if you guys are new to this channel, please do subscribe to it and like this video and share it with your friends, because it really motivates me a lot to create more such awesome content for you guys. Now moving ahead, before we start learning about partnership fundamentals, I would request all of you to spread this word that say no to drugs, alcohol and smoking and all type of bad addictions. Okay, as the youth of this country, it becomes our duty that we stay away from all these bad things, okay, so that we are more productive and our future is more safe and secure. Okay, so please spread this word that you say no to drugs, alcohol and smoking and all type of bad addictions. Now, talking about forms of business organizations. Now there are different forms in which a business can be carried out. There can be a sole proprietorship, there can be a partnership, there can be a limited liability partnership, there can be a company, there can be societies and many more forms in which a business can be conducted. So what is the importance of a partnership? That is why we are moving to a partnership form. Okay, so in a partnership, what are the importance, what are the advantages of it over sole proprietorship? Okay, then we have got a newer form of partnership into picture, that is the limited liability partnership. Okay, then we have got companies or corporations, we call them. Okay, now all these things you learn when you study your business studies, but today we are here to discuss about partnership. Right now, what is a partnership? Now that was a brief about how this partnership topic should be understood and linked to your different areas of subject. Okay, now what is a partnership? Now partnership is basically a relationship between persons. Okay, so a single person cannot form a partnership. You need minimum two persons to form a partnership and then do a business. Partnership means that they are coming together to do a business. Two or more persons, if they are coming together, who have agreed, now they have agreed to share the profits of a business. Okay, so they'll be carrying out a business. Now that business is carried on by all of them or any one of them acting for all. Okay, one acting for all acting for one. Now this is the fundamental basic of a partnership business. Now what is this? We are going to deliberate in detail in the coming slides. Now what is the maximum number of partners that should be there in a partnership business? Now this provision is not written in the Indian Partnership Act, but it is specified there in the Companies Act 2013. And as per the Companies Act, okay, the present limit of maximum number of partners is 50 persons. Okay, so minimum is 2 and maximum is 50 persons. Okay, so you have to learn this. This slide is very, very important and sometimes questions are asked from this directly. Okay, then moving ahead, what are the essential elements of a partnership? We have already seen the definition of partnership. There should be two or more persons. A single person cannot form a partnership. Then there should be an agreement. Now this agreement defines the terms and conditions on which the partnership business will be conducted. Now this can be either written or it can be oral. Okay, it is not compulsory that it has to be written only. Okay, as per the act, it is not at all compulsory to have a written agreement for a partnership. Okay, so these are the basic terms and conditions. Okay, then they have to share the profits of the business. There should be a legal and productive business with a profit motive. However, it is not the acid test for partnership. Now what does it mean? That the partnership should be formed with the intention to conduct a business for a profit, and these profits should be divided among the partners. But divisibility of profits or a business generating profits is not the acid test for partnership. It means that it is not the conclusive evidence that there is a partnership. That if there is a business and they are sharing the profits, it does not mean that they are in a partnership. Why? Because profit sharing, okay, there can be profit sharing but no partnership in case of co-owners as well. So if there is a property and there are two or more owners to it, then they are co-owners to the property, and if they decide to share the profits that are occurring or that are being generated from that property, then there is profit sharing but no partnership. Okay, so what is the acid test of partnership? Okay, so let us look at it. Okay, NPOs and charitable institutions are not considered under partnership. Why? Because they are not meant for a profit motive. They are more for a service motive organizations. Okay, so there has to be a, now this is the important point, that there has to be a principal and agent relationship between partners. Now if there are two partners, A and B, they should behave like principals and agents of each other. A should act as a principal to B and B act as an agent for A. Okay, then B, if he is acting as a principal, then A should act as an agent for B. Now this has to be there. This has to be there in a partnership. One acting for all acting for one. Okay, let us move ahead and understand it in more detail. Now this is called as mutual agency. Okay, the liability of all partners is joint and several. It is joint, at the same time it is several. It means that every partner is singly liable, also they are jointly liable. Okay, now this is the acid test, or this is the true test, or this is the conclusive evidence of partnership. Okay, so all the partners, as we have deliberated in the example in the previous slide, that all the partners are responsible for each other's act. Now this is the conclusive evidence of partnership. Okay, are you getting it? Now moving ahead, let us look at it. When there are partners and there is a relationship between them to, act for each other, and joint and several relationship, and to share the profits and to conduct the business, and then this organization that comes into picture is called as a firm. Okay, so partnership is just a relationship that binds all the partners and they do business under this organization that is known as a firm or a partnership firm. Now moving ahead, what are the rights of a partner? Now if you are a partner in a partnership, what are your rights? Okay, so a partner has the right to share the profit and loss with the other partners in the agreed ratio. As we have discussed, there has to be an agreement. Now this agreement can be written or oral. Now then, every partner has a right to take part in the conduct of business of the firm. Then get consulted in matters related to the partnership business. Okay, because you are a partner of that business, you have the right to get consulted for the business, for the conduct of business. Then every partner also has the right to inspect and have a copy of the books of accounts. Now this is very important. Every partner has a right to disallow. If you have to admit a new person into a partnership, there has to be a consent of all the partners, and if any one of them disallows, then the new partner cannot be added. Okay, so disallow the admission of a new partner. Now this is also a right of a partner. All the partners are joint owners of the partnership property. Now if there is a building or if there is a land that is acquired by the partnership, then all the partners, they are the joint owners. Okay, now if a partner, let's suppose there is a partner called as A, and if this partner gives loan to the firm, okay, gives loan to the firm, then this partner has got the right to get the interest at the agreed percentage on the loan that he has given. Okay, else if the percentage is not specified, then as per the Partnership Act, the interest that has to be paid has to be at least 6% per annum. Okay, so the partner has a right to get interest on the loan that has been given by the partner to the firm. Now, partner also has the right to get indemnified in case of expenses made on behalf of the firm. Now, if the partner has made any expenses on behalf of the firm, then he will be paid back all those expenses. Okay, so this is the right to get indemnified. The partner has a right to retire from the firm after serving a proper notice to the other partners. Now this is there. Then moving ahead, let us have a quick look at the difference between the partnership and limited liability partnership. Now, as the name goes, that there has to be limited liability, and it has to have some features of partnership with a limited liability. Now, talking about the applicable law, Partnership Act is the applicable law in case of partnership. For LLP, it is the LLP Act. Registration, it is optional, as we have already seen that they can have a written agreement or they can have a oral agreement, and the registration is also optional. But in case of LLP, the registration is compulsory, and it is done with the ROC, that is the Registrar of Companies. Now, the basis of creation of partnership is an agreement, but the basis of creation of LLP is law, because it is being formed under the Limited Liability Partnership Act, and there has to be compulsory registration. Is partnership a body corporate? Partnership is not a body corporate, and a body corporate cannot become a partner to a partnership firm. But a body corporate, like a company, it can become a partner to a LLP. Clear? Then, separate legal entity. Partnership is not separate from its partners, but the LLP, it is separate from its partner, and it has got a separate legal entity. In case of a partnership, the liability is unlimited, as we have seen already. Okay, in your business studies also you must have read it. And then in case of limited liability partnership, as the name suggests, that the liability is limited to the extent of contribution by the partners. Now, is there perpetual succession in case of a partnership? What do you mean by perpetual succession? Okay, please tell me in the comments box below. Now I will tell you that perpetual succession means that whoever comes, whoever goes, the firm or the business will go on forever. But in case of partnership, there is no perpetual succession. It means that it can come to an end, business can come to an end. But in case of a LLP, there has to be perpetual succession. Okay, then the number of partners, there is no limit on the maximum number of partners in case of LLP, but we have already seen that there is a limit of maximum 50 partners in case of a partnership. Now, what happens with the ownership of assets? In case of partnership, the firm cannot own the asset, rather the partners are the joint owners of the asset. We have already read that, right? Then in case of LLP, as LLP is an independent entity, it has its own assets, right? So this was a brief differentiation between partnership and LLP. Now let us look at the partnership deed. Now, whenever there is a written agreement, okay, for partnership, what we call it as deed. Now, what all is mentioned in a deed? The terms and conditions, okay, and this deed, it helps to avoid any kind of disputes and misunderstandings. Okay, now what are the main points that are contained in the partnership deed? The name of the firm, address of the firm, type and nature of business, capital contributed by each partner, the amount of capital, then the interest on capital, if it is to be allowed, then what percentage of interest is to be allowed, then interest on drawings, if the partner draws from the firm, then what interest has to be charged by the firm, then what is the profit sharing ratio that has to be there between the partners, and if salary has to be paid to the partner, what amount of salary has to be paid. Then Goodwill calculation, what are the different methods that have to be used for the valuation of goodwill during admission and retirement. Okay, how the accounting of the partnership has to be, how the accounts have to be maintained, and the accounting period for the firm, what will be the duration of the accounting period, method of recording the firm's accounts, whether there has to be audit for the accounts of the partnership, then date of commencement of partnership, duration of partnership, because there can be partnership at will and specific partnership that we'll look at in the coming slides. Then the bank accounts and the rights associated, that who will operate the bank account and all those things are mentioned. Then the different rules relating to the admission of a partner, retirement and death of a partner. Then how the disputes have to be settled. Okay, so this is also mentioned in case of a partnership deed. Okay, now different types of partnership: partnership at will and particular partnership. Now, as the name goes, particular partnership, it means that it is formed for a particular venture, and after this venture or this undertaking it is over, then this particular partnership will also get over. But in case of partnership at will, okay, so there is no time limit for it, and it can go on for a long period of time till all the partners they agree to dissolve the partnership firm. Okay, till then there will be the firm, and this is known as partnership at will. Okay, now moving ahead, what is the importance of partnership deed? We have seen if there is a written agreement, we have got a partnership deed. Now what is the importance of the same? Partnership deed regulates the rights, duties and liabilities of each partner, because it is clearly mentioned over there. It avoids any kind of misunderstanding, and it helps in the settlement of disputes. This we have already seen. However, the making of a partnership deed is not mandatory as per law. Okay, so we have seen that registration of a partnership is not compulsory. Also, there can be an oral agreement for partnership. Written agreement is not compulsory, but it is always desirable to have a written partnership deed. Why? Because of all these benefits. Okay, then now what are the rules? Now this is important. What are the rules that have to be applicable in case of absence of partnership deed? So the profit sharing ratio, it has to be equal among the partners. IOC, it means interest on capital. No interest on capital has to be paid. Okay, interest on drawing, no interest on drawing has to be charged. Salary, no salary or commission has to be paid to the partners. Interest on loan, in case of loan has been given by the partner to the firm, then yes, there is a provision of interest that has to be paid to the partner at the rate of 6% per annum. And in case of admission, not without consent of all the partners. So all the partners have to agree if a new partner has to be added. Okay, and any of the above provision, they can be changed if the partners come to a common agreement or deed. Okay, so all these agreements, all these points, they can change if the partners they form a specific deed and they describe their own terms and conditions to conduct the business of the partnership. Now that was all for this small discussion on partnership fundamentals, and I always say that you guys are so awesome. Thank you for watching. And if you guys want to get complete courses on for class 11th and 12th, you can go to Unacademy Plus and then apply my code, that is Ashish S10, to avail 10% additional discount on the Plus subscription on my profile, and you can get benefit to all the regular class courses, batch courses over there. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Enjoy. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment.